today we're finally going to review the EcoFlow Delta. And the carrying case and the packaging it comes with is really nice, but I don't really care about packaging like other YouTubers. I care about the performance of the product. So it actually has a very impressive build quality. I was not expecting that. In the pictures, it looks like a cheap toy, but it looks really nice in person. Like, this is a very durable nylon. Total weight is 30.8 pounds, which is pretty good considering the output and battery size. And there are tacky. And this is the front of the EcoFlow Delta. You have a screen that tells you stats about the battery and the inverter and what's going in and out of the battery. And then down here we have DC outputs that are USB-C and fast charge USB 3.0. And you have an on and off button for the entire system, and if you want to turn on these USBs, you press right here and it's on. But check out this screen, you guys. This thing is incredible. I've been testing it for the last hour and I love it. We have a state of charge indicator that tells us a percent and a blue graphic to depict how much power we have left. Next, we have an input and an output for the watts. So whether you have an AC or a solar charge controller, it will tell you how many watts are going into the EcoFlow Delta and how many watts are going out through the inverter and the DC outputs. And then over here, we have a net loss or gain meter, and it tells you how many hours we can power the load for. If you have inputs and outputs, it will take the net loss or gain and it will tell you how many hours you can power it for. You also have safety notifications on the top right. You have charge sources on the bottom. So this is a very quick, fast, easy to look at meter, and it tells you everything you need to know. And on this side, we have the inputs. And we have an AC input for a cord that connects to a wall adapter, and this has a circuit breaker with 20 amps max. So you could push a lot of power into this. And then we have a 65 volt, 10 amp max XT60 connector. This is where you charge the cigarette lighter adapter or a solar panel or solar panel array, but you cannot exceed 65 volts or 10 amps. So you're probably not going to put any solar panels in parallel, and we're going to get to that later. And we have 6 AC outlets with a max output of 1800 watts and a max surge of 3300 watts. And you can turn these on by pressing this button. And you have a white light and some fans come on. And at the bottom, we have a cigarette lighter adapter. So let's check what the voltage is. And we have 13.6 volts. So this is a regulated output, you guys. This is awesome. That means that you can run your 12 volt appliances without a problem, unlike a lot of other generators on the market that have an unregulated output. So they did a great job with this. You could actually power a DC refrigerator with this no problem with solar power. So far it's actually very impressive. Now we need to test it. So the first thing we're gonna test is thank you so much for watching.
In this video, I want to show you guys the Ego Nexus Power Station. And so first, let's do an overview of the Nexus Power Station. So the Nexus Power Station has 4 bays for the rechargeable batteries that you use to power these. Slide right off, just like that. I've only got 3 batteries. You can power it with up to 4, but I am using 2 of the 7.5. These are the larger batteries, and then I've got one of the 5 amp hour batteries that I'm using, and this is one of the older ones where it doesn't have the status reader. You just push it and it tells you whether it's got power. The newer Ego batteries have the status indicator where it's going to let you know how much power is left in the battery. These are used to power the station, and again, you can slide them on and off. If we look at the overall body of the Nexus Power Station, it's got these plastic grips at the top, and it's built so that it's got plastic on the bottom as well, so you can keep it somewhat lifted up off the ground. I like the fact that there's also kind of a plastic pallet or a tray down here on the bottom, so if this was going to be sitting down and you were worried about water rolling up to it, it's probably got at least an inch worth of clearance underneath it. There's also these plastic guards that are on here to kind of help waterproof this as well. Now, this is not meant to be sitting outside in the rain or anything like that, but it does have a water resistance rating, so you can let it get just a little bit wet. So if there's just a little bit of like dew in the morning or something like that, it's able to withstand that, but it's not meant to be sitting outside like in the rain. So let's take a closer look at the front of the Nexus Power Station, and what we've got are some pop right off. I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to make every day awesome.
Hi there guys, this is Trevor from RMK Outdoors, and today I'm doing a quick overview and kind of first impressions video. It's going to be on my new ROCKPALS 300 watt power station. So ROCKPALS was kind enough to send this over to me for a review. That doesn't influence my review in any way. You guys get the gist of what I'm going to be using this for. It does come in at 7.5 pounds, so this isn't like a backpacking. You're not going to be using this for hiking or backpacking really. For me, anything along the lines of this is going to be for primarily car camping or as a backup power source. So I won't be using it necessarily as a backup power source. I could. I actually received a unit from Duracell as well, which we'll be doing a kind of video overview alongside of, but that thing is like 50 pounds. It's absolutely absurd. It's just a tank. So this will be kind of my go-to for car camping. 300 watts should be plenty. Plenty for everything I need to keep charged. Still at 100%, so that is very good. 100% on there. I'll start plugging things here in a second, but I want to make sure it is a lithium-ion battery, so very high-quality battery there. You've got like the charge temperature things here. I'm not going to go over that. So the input is going to be a 15-volt 3A 45-watt max. You have an AC out at 300 watts. So the highest thing you can charge off of this would be taking away 300 watts, which is plenty for me. I'm not a crazy, I don't know that much about all these charge ports. I know that it is important to pay attention to that, but I know that this is going to be plenty for what I'm using. I'm really going to be charging my camera, my camera batteries, my drone batteries, my phone, my backup power brick for hiking, and then the occasional little things like microphone and USB lights and stuff like that. So nothing crazy. I do kind of want to see if this could charge power an electronic blanket for car camping in the winter, but I'm not going to use that for now. So I'm going to show you guys how you can kind of plug this in. For instance, you have, this is my external charger. That's going to go right here, USB to USB-C to USB-C, and it's charging that. So you can actually see the output on here. This says, okay, so we're still at 47 watt output, and I have a pair of headphones, phone, drone. That is amazing. This thing is pretty small. It is a 10.5 by 5.3 by 8.5. So it's pretty small, honestly. 7.5 pounds. You've got some rubber grips here on the bottom. This thing is going to do what you need it to, unless you need something crazy big. Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Today I wanted to do a kind of a brief review on this AIMTOM. This is a smaller power bank. I use this thing all the time, especially on shoots. I know a lot of people use this to run their CPAPs when they're camping, when they're doing RV stuff. I use this the most when I'm on set, when I'm shooting videos, or even like when I'm just walking around town. Because it's so small, it'll actually fit in a backpack. So it's really nice to have this much power on the go. So let's say you want to go to the park to work on some video editing or something. You can just throw this in your bag, charge your computer while you're working, and you have plenty of power. Plus you have plenty of power for your cell phone as well. But so far I love it. I love the fact that it has a light on it. It's just nice to have that extra little bit of power if you're doing any kind of video work, and let's say you're packing up after dark. You know that you have some light that you can kind of like load all your stuff back into your cases and get those back in the rigs. I also use it a lot to charge my Rode video mic, Wireless Go 2s. It's got 3 USB outputs, which is really nice. I know a lot of other power banks only have 2. So having 3 is really nice because, you know, when you have 2 receivers or 2 transmitters and 1 receiver that are all on separate USB-C cables, you can plug all 3 in at the same time and charge them simultaneously. Plus, it also has that battery auto shut off, which is really nice so you won't overcharge your devices. It's just really easy to use. I mean, it doesn't have like a bunch of crazy dials, not a lot of digital display output stuff. You can check the battery level, and then all you gotta do is plug in wherever you're gonna plug in, and then just turn it on, and a little red dot will come on showing you that it's on. But I use this thing literally every single shoot. I use it a lot of times around the house too. Like if I just want to go to a different part of the house and work and bring my laptop with me, I'll just bring this little thing, set it wherever, on the coffee table, on wherever, you know, is maybe not like really close to an outlet, and I'll just plug it into this, and this thing works awesome. So it's a quality product, and I definitely think you guys should purchase it if you have a need like that.
Today we're going over the NOVOO Adventure Power Station, a portable power bank with over 62,000 milliamp hours and 4 different types of charging ports to charge all your devices outdoors and on the go. The NOVOO Adventure Power Station is a portable power bank loaded with a 62,400 mAh lithium-ion battery. Now just for reference, this RAV-Power portable charger only has 10,000 mAh. So as you can see, this power bank has over 6 times the charging capacity of your average everyday portable charger. Now also, unlike your everyday portable charger, this power bank is extremely versatile with 4 different types of charging ports and 6 charging ports overall. As you can see, on the front of this power bank are 3 standard USB Type-A ports. Now these ports are great for charging devices such as phones, tablets, and other USB devices. Next, above that, you'll see a USB Type-C port. This is great for more modern laptops and modern tech gadgets that use USB-C technology. Following that, to the left, you'll see a 12-volt car socket, and this socket is awesome for charging mini coolers and other small appliances when you're out camping. The last port is an AC outlet port, and this port does support both 2 and 3-prong charging cords, and this is great for charging laptops, lights, cameras, drones, pretty much anything that you need to plug into a wall outlet, you can plug into this AC outlet port. You'll also notice a battery life indicator on the power bank's LCD screen. This is helpful in letting you keep track of how much battery power is left on this machine. It has 5 bars and each one represents 20%. So unlike your everyday small portable charger, the NOVOO power bank is not your everyday typical carry power bank. It's definitely, with its bigger size, its bigger battery capacity, and its more durability, it's definitely more designed for the outdoors, for camping, traveling, or road trips. This 12-volt socket is great for charging small appliances such as mini coolers, mini fridges. Next up, they do have the AC wall outlet right there. Now that replaces a typical wall outlet if you happen to be charging batteries, camera batteries, or you want... Anyways guys, thanks again for watching.